Hi folks, I'm David from David's Way to Health and Fitness. Non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. It's an article I wrote about tonight. This video is going to go with it. What is non-alcoholic fatty liver disease? Well, first off, it's kind of an umbrella term that just covers the fact that your liver has too many fat cells in it. And there's more than one cause for it, but the main cause I want to discuss for our purposes is the fact that a lot of it could be prevented through good nutrition and exercise. I'm not saying all of it, I'm just saying some of it, okay? At David's Way to Health and Fitness, we help people with losing weight in a healthy manner and to keep it off. We've helped people from all around the world now. And as a part of our mission, helping people to lose weight, we like to educate you about, everything about why you should be conscious of trying to manage your weight. And that's all tied back to, health reasons. We're not into misleading people into thinking that we're going to try to make you look like an Instagram model in 48 days, or that you could have, ripped abdominal muscles in 3 weeks. We're not into any of that kind of nonsense like that. We're just straightforward. We're going to tell you, the best way to lose weight, to keep it off, and we're going to tell you why. There's a lot of health issues associated with being obese and eating wrong, and as a result, 68% of our nation are either overweight or obese. Over a quarter of our population here in America have non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. And a good portion of this is tied back to poor nutrition and lack of exercise. And, it doesn't have to be that way. The thing of it is, with non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, it can turn into worse problems. It can turn into NASH. Non-alcoholic steatohepatitis. It can turn into cirrhosis of the liver, which is a scarring of your liver. You don't have to drink alcohol to get this, but the thing of it is, the effect is just like that a raging alcoholic is going to get. It's going to tear your liver up just as bad is what alcoholic's liver will be tore up, So, you could be the, the person out there, the teetotaler that never drinks, you might even look down on people that drink, I don't know, but the thing of it is, you could be, casting judgment on people who do those things while gorging yourself with all kinds of, poor, unhealthy foods every day, cakes and donuts and cookies and ice cream and chips and all kinds of stuff like that, so really, when it comes to your health, you're no better off, you're no better than an alcoholic who, consumes, fifth of whiskey every day. You could be doing just as much damage to your liver as any of those people, and it's totally preventable through good nutrition. Let me tell you, this is from first-hand experience taking care of a loved one who passed away from advanced liver disease. I'm telling you right now, you need to value your liver. You need to take care of your liver. You need to be mindful about your liver health. And if not, the consequences that you can pay can be severe. I took care of a dying brother-in-law who was, he was more than just a brother-in-law. He was my best friend. He was a brother to me, not just my brother-in-law. I cared for this man in my home as he was dying from cirrhosis of the liver, which had turned into liver cancer. Like I said, non-alcoholic fatty liver disease can turn into these things. So, and you increase your risk if you're drinking on top of eating poor foods. We took my brother-in-law in a year before he passed away. He was morbidly obese. Some of that obesity, you could watch him getting bigger every day because he had what's called ascites. What happens is when your liver gets scarred up from this non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, or you're drinking or whatever, when you develop cirrhosis and your liver gets all scarred up, it's like the air filter in your car. When they get clogged up, air can't pass through, for proper ignition of your fuel. It's the same thing. It's a filter. Your liver is a filter. When you clog your liver up, so to say, with cirrhosis, with that scarring, everything you eat and drink, all the liquids in there, if they can't filter out, they have to go somewhere. And what happens is you get what's called ascites. That liquid's got to go somewhere as you're consuming it. So what it does is, essentially, in layman's terms, it just leaches out into your body and builds up. Every glass of water you drink, you might feel a little bit of it out, but there's a good portion of it that's going to end up in your abdomen or down in your legs. It's just going to keep building up. Sometimes, they go in and pump this stuff out, but if your liver's, clogged up with scar tissue, they can only do that for so long. The next thing with liver disease, when you get liver disease and it turns into cirrhosis, what happens is your body's you're no longer filtering the toxins and stuff in your food and drink anymore as your body should, and toxins build up in your bloodstream, and you specifically get a buildup of ammonia in your bloodstream. Now, to combat this, they'll have you taking a medication called Lactulose. Just like a laxative. Lactulose will have you going to the bathroom a lot. You're going to be sitting on the pot. Sometimes you might not want to be more than 10 or 15 feet away from the toilet, or you may find yourself soiling yourself. I'm not telling you this to be funny or anything like that. I'm telling you because this is a reality of having your liver fail. Okay? It's a reality. That ammonia builds up in your system. You have to get it out because you're not urinating it out. You have to pass it through your bowels with your stool. That's why, they give you this lactulose. If you don't take this medication, what happens is you start getting a form of dementia. And that stuff's no joking matter, man. I took care of my brother-in-law in my home. This is a man I've known since I was 13 years old. I'm 58. I had known him since he was 13. We were 13. We went to school together. It got to the point where I could walk into my front door coming in from work. My brother did not know who I was part of the time. There would be times where his own sister could be walking down the stairs like early in the morning or whatever, maybe sometimes in the evening. He wouldn't even know his own sister. This is end-stage liver disease. Non-alcoholic fatty liver disease can turn into this. It's no laughing matter. It's a serious issue. We knew that Howard was dying, and it come down to we're at a point where we were talking about we're going to have to find hospice care for him because he's morbidly obese. we can't care for him in our own home anymore. And as luck would have it, I guess you would say, I took him to his final doctor appointment, and I didn't have to bring the topic up. At this point, I came home from work on a Wednesday, and in the 14 hours I had been gone, when I came home, Howard had turned entirely yellow, like a golden yellow. It was the most yellow of any person I've ever seen in my life. It was scary yellow. He was so yellow, okay? I took him to his final doctor visit on Friday. His doctor informed him, hey, there's nothing more I can do for you. I'm sorry, but, we need to get you into palliative care. This was at KU Med Center here in Kansas City. So Friday afternoon, I took Howard over and got him checked into the hospital for palliative care. And one of the last things the doctor had said to him before we left his office was, if it's any consolation to you, you're gonna go to sleep. You're never gonna wake up again. So that Friday, I took him down to the cafeteria after we got him checked into the hospital. Went down there and he had his favorite meal. He had pizza, he had a cheeseburger and fries. He had a brownie ice cream parfait type dessert. And we sat down there and we visited, and it's like, okay, death probably isn't imminent right now, maybe, in the next week or two, whatever, we didn't think it was going to be imminent. So once we'd ate and sat down there and visited, we got him up into his room, and we sat up there and we visited, and he wanted me to bring his computer up the next day and stuff, and I did. Well, the next day I brought it up there and he was sleeping peacefully, and he slept and he slept and he slept, and it's like, oh God, maybe he's not going to wake up. This is coming sooner than what we thought. Well, Sunday, I watched him take his very last breath on this earth. I watched my brother-in-law, my best friend, I watched him die from liver disease. It still pains me. Pains me a lot. So, you gotta take care of your liver. It's imperative. One of the things you need to know is your liver can take a tremendous amount of abuse. It's incredible how much abuse you can dole out on your liver, and you'll never know it. So you might be going through life, everything's all puppy dogs and rainbows and unicorns and stuff, thinking, well, I'm okay, I'm just a little overweight, but I like cake and I like cookies and chocolate milk, whatever. And you may be displaying no symptoms at all, and then one day you have symptoms. Or if you're lucky, maybe you go to the doctor one day and you'll get some blood work done. The doctor will be like, hey, we're looking at your liver enzymes. Your liver enzymes are off. We need to do some further testing on you. But that don't happen to everybody, because not everybody can afford to get to the doctor on a regular basis. So there you are. You're going along fat, dumb, and happy. Excuse the terms. I'm not always really politically correct. I apologize. No intention to offend anybody with that, but you're just going along, through life thinking, man, no problems, I got a good job, I'm active in my church, I do this, I do that, and everything's good, and I like people and people like me, but none of that means anything. If you got that liver disease creeping up on you, you could be sitting there really well one day, and then next thing you know, you're sick. Horribly sick, possibly terminally ill in some cases. I see people all the time It functions where, you know, you could be at the, this perfect example would be you go to an all-you-can-eat buffet. Those things are horrible. You know, I would, you couldn't drag me into an all-you-can-eat buffet. I've been in them. I used to go to them on a regular basis. I wouldn't do that ever again. Wouldn't do it to myself. But when you walk into an all-you-can-eat buffet, and you'll see this at other social gatherings and stuff, people will pile on the damn desserts. You know, it's like a piece of pie, a piece of cake, a couple cookies, a bowl of ice cream, so on and so forth. We've all seen people do this. A good many of us have done it ourselves. And you think, well, you know, it's no harm. At least I'm not out and getting drunk, you know. Good Christian folk. I am a good Christian. I believe in the Holy Bible. I believe in that Jesus Christ died for my sins to give me salvation through His grace. But you'll see people, you know, thinking, at least I'm not a drunkard. Well, listen, if you are a good Christian and you eat like that, you better stop and think that gluttony is also considered just as bad as being a drunkard. Matter of fact, if you're really into your Bible, you also know that sin is sin. You know, that little minor sin, it's no different than a major sin. Sin is sin. We all have to answer for it one day. So you got to think about those things. You know, if you're going to get gluttonous out there, you're sinning just as bad as anybody else. You're sinning just as bad as that alcoholic out there that may get drunk and beat on his wife and stuff. It's all sin, okay? I'm not really wanting to get into, you know, all this, you know, religious stuff on you. I know that some people don't subscribe to my beliefs, and that's, you know, that's fine. You know, if you do, you do. If you don't, you don't. You know, I respect what you do. But at David's Way to Health and Fitness, we want to help you with your health. You know, everything about weight loss, the approach we take with weight loss, it's all about getting you healthy, trying to keep you healthy. And we do this for free because we care about people. You know, it's a ministry that Brenda Sue and I have built up over the years to help people. And you know, I just find it disturbing. You know, I watch people all the time. You know that they're good people, they're great people, they're wonderful people. They give you the shirt off their back, but then you look at the way they eat and they're killing themselves. And some of them don't realize it. Or even worse yet, you got some of them that realize it, they just don't care. Or, you know, and then of course you got people that feel like they're powerless. Well, you know, I get that. You can be powerless again, you know, with this, or feel like it, because carb addiction is the same as alcohol addiction. Your body really, you know, it's all, your body, it's the same thing. It lights up the same pleasure centers in your brain, that's why it's so hard to, you know, kick those sugary foods out there. And let's face it, you ain't never went up to somebody and said, man, I'm craving me some Brussels sprouts. Yeah, I think I could eat a bucket of Brussels sprouts with broccoli. You ain't getting cravings for, you know, healthy foods like that. No, you're getting cravings for junk food. Foods that are loaded up on simple carbs, lots of sodium, unhealthy fats and stuff. A lot of them simple carbs that you're filling up on in them foods contain fructose, which is horrible for your liver. You know, it don't matter where, you know, fructose is horrible for your liver. It don't matter what form you're getting it in. It could be the form, you know, the fructose that's a part of your regular table sugar, the fructose that is honey, the fructose that is in fruit juice. That stuff's no different than the high fructose corn syrup you might have in a soda pop. All this stuff contributes to a fatty liver, okay? I can't emphasize enough, care about yourself, care about your loved ones. Don't get, there's people out there that, this little bit of dessert here, it ain't gonna hurt you, or, man, you do so good, you're so disciplined with your food, this little bit ain't gonna hurt you. But, if you're like me, I'm carb addicted. I can't eat just a little bit. When I was a drinker, I couldn't drink a little bit. It's all the same. It's the same craving. Matter of fact, my cravings for sugar was worse than I ever got for alcohol when I was a drinker. And it's not uncommon that alcoholics, when they quit drinking, they start eating lots of sweets. That's a fact. Like I said, it's feeling the same. It's the same pleasure centers are being excited through all this, and the results can be the same. I'm telling you right now, liver disease, whether you're an alcoholic and got cirrhosis, or you never had a drink in your life and you got non-alcoholic fatty liver disease and it continued on to become cirrhosis, I'm telling you right now, I cared for my best friend, my brother, and my brother-in-law, Howard Wayne Justice. I cared for him in my home. I took care of this man's every needs. He's my best friend. Needs that had to be taken care of. I had to help toilet him. I had to help him with his personal hygiene. This stuff is no joke. He died 2 years ago. I watched him take his very last breath. Last August, my wife Lorraine and I took his remains out to the top of Pikes Peak where I spread them. Don't cause this kind of pain on your family. Don't cause this kind of pain on yourself, okay? We can help you. We don't do medical stuff. We're not doctors. We don't give diabetes diets. We don't give kidney or liver diets. We help you with weight loss. We try to help people to lose weight before they get to a point where they need special diets and medications. We do this for free to help people around the world. It is our ministry to help people. We don't charge anybody anything. We never have. We never will. That's been my pledge from day one. Your health is more important to me than me turning a profit, okay? That's a fact. I promise you. You can go on my website, davidsway.blog. You'll find it at www.davidsway.blog. We've got over 1,200 articles and healthy recipes in there, and I guarantee you, you will never find anything in there that will even imply that I ever have any intention of charging people to access the work we do to help you with your weight loss and weight management. That being said, Brenda Sue and I have recently written and published an ebook. Right now, it's available in PDF format. You can download it like onto Google Docs or to Adobe or whatever. And it's Healthy Weight Loss with David's Way to Health and Fitness. In it, we tell a little bit about ourselves. We tell our nutrition philosophy and exercise. We give some history on dieting that goes back into the 1800s all the way up to the present. And with that history, it includes the U.S. government's food policies and what's gone into it over about the last 100 years. And then we educate you about a lot of health issues related to poor nutrition. And we give you tips and pointers along the way. We try to keep it from being too serious, throughout the entire thing. I think it's an enjoyable book. It's $4.99 US. It's not very much. And, if you want to help us to keep our website for free, hey, kick in $5, you know, who don't have $5, you know, buy our ebook. Heck, if you buy my ebook and you tell me you don't like it afterwards, I'll refund your money to you, okay? I'm that serious about it. If you come along and complain, it wasn't good, I didn't like it, I will refund your money. The reason why we did this was we have overhead cost that comes with operating and running a website. And over time, the bigger we become, the more overhead costs we have. So this is entirely a way for us to keep the website for free for everybody. Here soon, this ebook is going to be available on Amazon and Kindle. We're still jumping through some hoops. There's a lot more to getting something onto Amazon than you'll ever believe if you've never done it before. So, you know, if you don't mind, it's $5.99. You know, buy a book from us. Hey, if you're really feeling generous, we also got a PayPal tab. You know, if you just want to give a contribution to what we do, you know, we recommend, you know, we put down $10 for a recommended amount, you know, but, you know, that's just a number I put in there, you know. If you want to kick in just a couple dollars or whatever, that's cool, you know. Hey, yeah, if you want to kick in more, that's even better. But, you know, we're not trying to be greedy. We just want to keep our cost covered, you know. And anyhow, I hope you enjoyed the article. I hope you've gotten something out of my video here this evening. And we always look forward to hearing from our readers and followers. Subscriptions to davidsway.blog are entirely free. We don't charge anybody for subscriptions. You can get our most current articles straight to your emails. And you know, your health is more important to me than a profit. But we do have overhead costs, you know, so if you can see it in your heart to help us, to help others, we appreciate it. I'm going to sign off now. God bless. We love you all.